As you might be aware, I am a big vampire fan. As you can see. It's no mystery that I was a big fan of Warhammer Quest Cursed City. Me and Georgie actually played, I think it was like 10 episodes worth of live gaming. We were playing Cursed City when it came out. 2021. Came out in 2021. There, I remember. But the game has had like a really weird history over the past year, where at one time it was on sale and then it suddenly disappeared, which is really weird. And then it came back and then it disappeared again. And now it's finally coming back with its very first expansion, Night Wars. And I haven't opened this yet, but I do want to say I hate making videos like this. But at first glance, I'm quite disappointed in this. Now, I don't know how much this is going to cost. So I've only got what's in front of me. And Cursed City, when it came out, was a really well-priced box. It had 60 miniatures in total, with all the boards, the dice, the cards, everything you need to play. And it's just a really good board game. I'm still got it on my shelf. I do think it's a very good game. I stopped playing it because we were trying to like make content around it. But when it disappeared off the shelves, it was hard to keep making content for a game that you just couldn't buy and no one knew when it was going to come back. And again, since then, it's come back. Today, you can pre-order Night Wars. Now, as you can see, Warhammer Quest Cursed City is coming back on the shelf. He says, it's back. Can you and your friends save Ulfenkarn from the undead hordes that roam the streets? The box contains everything you need to play this tense cooperative game, including 60 plastic miniatures, cards, tokens, counters, game boards, tiles, and dice. There's also war scrolls so you can use Mage Sigmar, because obviously this is like they've made them part of like the Soulblight range for a lot of them, except for the heroes, and then the heroes you can use in like order and stuff like that. But this is the first expansion. I said it came out in April or maybe even March 2021. So over a year afterwards, they finally launched this expansion, and it says this is called Night Wars. It says you continue your heroes' journeys with the first expansion for Warhammer Quest Cursed City. As 3 new vampire lords seek to claim dominion over the city, can you put a stake in their claims? This set includes rules for 3 new journey types and all the cards and tokens you'll need on your quest. You can further expand your games by picking up the miniatures Radakar the Beast, Fellbats, Vampire Lord, Lady Annika the 13 Blade, and Kritza the Rat Prince separately. And that's kind of like the problem that I wanted to raise, that this, in my opinion, before I've opened it, there could be tokens in here to use the miniatures, but in my opinion, it's a pretty crappy product, because I don't know how much this is going to cost. If it's like 10 quid, if it's like 15 quid, I might be like, fair enough. But Warhammer Quest, when it first came out, was around £120 RRP. And this, again, I don't know the price, but the problem is it doesn't come with any miniatures, and that's the real issue. Because it says, on the back, it says, to use the contents of this box and play the Night Wars quest, you will need the Warhammer Quest Cursed City game and these Citadel miniatures sold separately. So I looked how much they were to buy separately, which total £126 RRP. So you need £126 of miniatures and the base game and this to play it. Now, this is obviously aimed at people who already have the game, but the fact that you have to go out and buy another 100, you literally have to double the cost for the miniatures and then buy this on top is just wild, in my opinion. Now, again, this could be £5, and if it is, turn the video off now, because, you know, for a £5, fair enough. But if this was like 80 quid and it had all the miniatures in there, you'd be like, woo, £45 saving, also I get to play the cool game, awesome. But it doesn't. Now, if it has tokens in here to use as the miniatures, again, this is still sealed. I'm recording this like there's no script. I'm recording this as is. If this has tokens to use as the miniatures in here, it's going to feel a little better. Cursed City Night Wars. The survivors of Enclave of Haven stands alone as the light in the darkness. In the Ebon Citadel, the Wolf's Throne stands empty, but 3 new vampiric pretenders have arisen to stake their claim to the city. So, as I said, it's got the quest book, it's got some sort of tokens, it's got some more board tiles, it's also got encounter cards, trait cards, empowerment cards, the quest card, 20 discovery, level 1 vampire cards, 2 secret envelopes, and then 5 hostile reference cards. So I don't see anything about like miniature tokens. Again, I'm ready to be impressed, chat. Okay, it's very empty. There's just a lot of cardboard filler. They couldn't even fill the box. Okay, here we go. Let's just pour it out. So we've got the cards, and then the quest book, and the 2 tiles, and then a whole load of filler. This is purely just to fill the box. Okay, we've got some gates, as you can see. We've got some more board tiles. We've got a quest book. There isn't a lot in here, that's for sure. It's the same card stock you've come to expect. There is a single card stock piece. Okay. I was expecting a little bit more. Wow, okay. I'm surprised these aren't individually bagged. They're just kind of just thrown in. There's not a great deal in here. So it says you've got like hunter tokens, lurk tokens. You've got an abhorrent swarm token. And then it says new enemies. In order to play this expansion, you'll need the following Citadel miniatures. Now, needing miniatures is fine. It's fine, you know? But the fact that they haven't included tokens for you to use, like, you probably could. I don't know what these are used for yet, but you could be like, right, I'll pop that out. That's going to be the vampire. That's going to be Lady Annika for now. And until I get the miniature, that's fine. So I can go and play it as soon as I've bought it. And I'll just use this token as Lady Annika. I'll use this as the Vampire Lord. I'll use this as Grits of the Rat Prince. But there's nothing to use as Fellbats. There's nothing to use as Radakar the Beast. You know? I am quite disappointed in this product. This is... Like, Curse City has had a really hard run. It's not been... It was a successful launch, but the longevity of Curse City was killed rather quickly when they took it off the shelf with no word. And no one really knows why. There's so many rumors about why that happened. There was rumors saying that it was like a copyright issue. It was a cardstock issue because of the boat that got stuck last year. Loads of reasons. But the problem is that the longevity of this game has been killed quite convincingly. And to revive it, they need to do a lot. And I don't think this is it. I don't know how much this costs. That's the other problem with making this video. I don't know how much this is going to cost. But to having to spend £126 plus whatever this costs in addition for just an expansion is very, very high in my opinion. Now, you can go and say, well, Mikey, people might already own these, and that's fine. Yeah, they might already own these, so they save some money. Cool. But I own Radakar the Beast, and that is it. So I've got to go and spend... need like 90 quid to go and get everything to play this expansion. And not everyone will own 1 or 2 of these miniatures. They might own none. But the plus side is you could play one quest and buy 1 miniature and paint it up. And that's going to cost you 20, 30 quid, or maybe 50. We can get the bats as well. And then when you're ready to play the next one, you go and spend another 20 quid. And you can kind of piecemeal it so it's not one big sum all at once, which is kind of nice. I suppose that is a plus side. But this is not a lot in a box. It is a book and some cards. In one single cardstock piece, there's 2 extra tiles. That is it. And I imagine they're just filler. They're just there to fill the cardstock. Because there's nothing else on here. Like, I don't understand what this product is trying to do. If this was released like a week or 2 after Curse City came out, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. They've made it cheaper so you can get it, get ready for it, play the first mission, and then like think about what expansions you need. But it was a year and a half ago. Like, loads of people who have got this game have either played it once, maybe played it twice and already given up, or they are so desperate for something new they don't mind dropping another 100 quid on an expansion, but they get like 12 models or whatever, and they get loads of cool characters they can paint up. I don't know. I never finished Curse City because of the problems with it, and this doesn't get me excited to play again. I think it's too little too late, and I think that's like a real big shame, because I think this could have been really good. So yeah, disappointed. So having read through the quest book now, I've had not a super in-depth glance, but I've had a good look through. But it adds some interesting mechanics, such as some new missions to play, which will make it feel a lot different compared to the original base game. They've also added something called Haven, which is essentially kind of like a D&D town, go to the shops and type stuff, which seems quite nice, and it seems like it kind of builds upon the roleplay aspect of going out and like saving this town in the first peril, in the first Ulfenkarn in Peril quest. And now you've started to like feel the benefit, because there's like a haven building, there's people around this church of there's some more inhabitants around this church that are building like a safe place to live, now that the wolf is finally slain. And I'm not going to go too far into like the story of it, because I don't want to spoil it for people who do want to go and play it. But I will say that it does leave it open for another expansion. The night doesn't fully end, we should say. So it's interesting. It adds a lot of stuff. You essentially just carry on playing after you've finished the first quest, and it adds some more interesting mechanics to make your heroes even stronger, such as multi-classing, so you can kind of like build on them, which is what these cards are for anyway. So it seems really fun, and it's just a real shame. Like, Cursed City is such a good game, and the miniatures are awesome, the board is awesome, the setting is really cool, the story is really fun, but they just keep cocking it up, and I don't know why. I don't know if they just want it to fail. Is it like a tax relief, or I don't know. It's just I'm just really disheartened. I think I've already checked out of this game at this point. There's just not enough here, you know. I'd say there's one cardstock thing here, and yeah, like there's loads of cards here, but there's like one piece of cardstock which adds very little to the game, just some tokens and two different floor tiles. I was expecting like 2 or 3 cardstocks of this size, 2 or 3 of these, adding some more tiles, because it's all the same as the base game. It's just the maps look the same. It's just, I don't know what they're doing with it, and it's really disappointing. I think that's the best way I can put it. It's like, yes, I could go out and buy all these miniatures, that's fine, whatever, you know, but it feels to me like it's just really, really expensive. Like 100, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 characters and three bats for 126 quid, and that's just like, yeah, Games Workshop is expensive, we all know that, but this isn't like an army game, it's the board game, and the board game was 120 odd quid, and it came with 60 miniatures plus loads of cardstock and loads of books and cards, etc. It's the same price, and you're getting just way less for it, and I think that's a real shame. I don't even know how many characters there are in that box, but there's loads, and then there's loads of like normal characterful but normal units in there, and it's a shame. Like, again, I don't know the price, you will, but I don't know. There's my thoughts. I'm just disappointed, and it's too little too late. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't make me want to go, oh shit, yeah, I actually do want to go and play Cursed City again, because I've still got a really big sour taste in my mouth. And if this came with a bunch of new miniatures, even if it came with the miniatures that they want you to buy in the box with it, and it was a box full of sprues, I'd be like, you know what, I'm in. That looks cool, let's do it. But it's just like, I don't know what it's trying to achieve. Is it trying to get me to play the game again? Because if it is, it's too late, you know? It's like, there's not enough here for me to do it. Is it wanting to revitalize Cursed City and make people buy into it again? Then they don't want to go out and spend another 125 quid on miniatures on top. That they probably won't. They'll be able to get them at a discount, but it should just be in the box. That's the thing. It should just be in the box. I don't know. What do you guys think? I can sit here and tell you my opinion all day. I'm a bit sad about it, but I'm not always right. What do you think? Does this look exciting to you? Is this exactly what you wanted? Or does this product kind of not hit the mark, and you kind of agree with me? Let me know down in the comments. Like, thanks to Games Workshop for sending it, but I don't know what he's trying to achieve. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye!